See, I just think he was trying to connect with him on a different level, right? Because if he would have said he was Haitian, he would have said, "Ça passe." Oh. That's what he would have said, just to make him feel more, "Ça passe." Oh. That's what just so he felt more comfortable. Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters and I'm trouble. Now here I was getting rid of all my electronic devices now that George Santos is free to get back onto OnlyFans, and I see this. Body cam footage shows alleged ICE officer pulled over for drunk driving, racially profiling arresting officer. So let me see. We got a ICE officer pulled over for drunk driving, and then he racially profiles the arrest. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds, I think we hit just about everything. Now, did he have a cross hanging from the mirror? Cause that really, if he calls himself a Christian, that would really be it. The man has been charged with 1 misdemeanor count of driving under the influence and 2 felony counts of reckless child endangerment. So you mean to tell me children weren't being protected in the midst of all this? That's crazy. The next thing you're going to tell me is the people out to get PDFs are okay with suppressing the Epstein files. Newly released body cam footage shows a Florida man claiming to be a federal immigration enforcement official racially profiling a police officer who pulled him over on the highway for drunk driving. The footage shows the arrest of 42-year-old Miami resident Scott Thomas Deseroth, who was pulled over by officers from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office on August 13th. It begins with the officer who pulled Deseroth over asking for his identification and asking him if he knew his current location. Deseroth reacted belligerently to the officer's questions and told him that he was a federal agent who worked for the Department of Homeland Security. As reported by local news station CBS 12, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office website at one point listed his occupation as an immigration and customs enforcement officer.
The guy in the white shirt.
That's the colonel.
Colonel, don't mean shit to me.
Okay, well.
Look, I'm federal.
And I would like to note the words at one point are doing a lot of the heavy lifting there. They're doing, would you say he won't be continuing his journey with us? Is that the next one that you want to post? Deseroth also told the officer that he was simply trying to get home and informed him that he had his 2 young sons with him riding in the back seat. The officer then asked Deseroth to step out of his car, to which Deseroth replied, "Are you effing serious right now?"
Okay.
I'm trying to get home. I got my boys with me.
Who do you work for?
DHS.
Do you have your ID with you?
No, I don't.
Okay. But if I called them, they'd verify that you're a
100%, bro.
Okay. You don't have any type of credentials or anything that say you're DHS?
Not on me, no.
Okay. All right.
I only bring my weapon with me if I'm.
Okay. But you don't have any weapons on you right now?
No, I don't.
Okay. So what I want to do, I want to talk to you away from the kids. So I'm going to ask you to step out of the car and we're going to walk back to the back of your car, okay?
Are you fucking serious right now?
Yes, sir, I am.
Huh. I wonder what he thought would get him out of the DUI. Was it the 2 sons in the backseat, or was it the fact that you said you were trying to go home? Because I can tell you, as a rabid Cops viewer, the TV show, I was just trying to go home is literally the first thing out of most people's mouths in that situation. There was one that I saw that was very creative. He said, "I was driving to the police station." He said, I was coming to see y'all. That was good. I thought they should have let him go just for creativity. After exiting the vehicle, Deseroth continued to exhibit hostility to the officer's questions, and he repeatedly demanded to know, "Are we really doing this right now?" The officer then asked him how much he'd had to drink. Deseroth replied he'd had 4 drinks without specifying the nature of those drinks. Quote, are you guys really trying to F me right now?
Talking and sit in the back of the car and stop. Stop this.
Come on, let's go.
Stop this.
What about my kids?
We're gonna take care of it.
No,
But
I'm
first
not
I need-
going in there. Let me talk to your supervisor.
Again, you can talk to him in a second.
Nope. Not going in there without my supervisor.
Okay, let's go to the other side. Come here. Come on, man. Don't pull against me. Let's go over
I'm
here.
not moving, bro. Don't fucking do this.
Let's go.
Lane.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Hey, come on, buddy. We're not doing this, man. Come on. Let's go.
So you guys are fucking shut.
Oh, you mean consequences of your actions? Is that what you mean the laws that the rest of us have agreed to abide by? Is that you would characterize that as effing you? Cause you're better than everybody. Go ahead, say no. Complete it. You already halfway there. So just go ahead and tell us the rest of it, because you don't have to abide by. So that would be characterizing it as effing you. Also, you tried it with the 4 drinks. You tried it with the 4 drinks. I know there was pictures. I know there was pictures. I just want to get him to tell it. The officer proceeded to administer field sobriety tests. During the test, another officer came over to ensure that Desiroth did not stumble while trying to walk a straight line along the side of a busy highway. Desiroth then questioned why the second officer, who was black, was there, and the officer informed him he was there to prevent him from getting hit by oncoming traffic. Desiroth responded by repeatedly asking the officer, "Are you Haitian?"
Call my supervisor.
Okay. Do you want to do the exercises or no?
I'll do it. But you know what? What's homeboy doing down there? You know, guys, come on.
Make sure we all sit because we're inside of the water. You don't want to get hit. You don't want you to get hit. That's why we're trying to do the exercise. That way we can move on.
Are you Haitian?
That's nothing to do with my wrist, buddy.
My question was, are you Haitian?
So you thought you were going to out law enforcement, the policeman? Is that what the plan was? Oh, well, if I take him in to ICE, then he cannot arrest me. Was that the thought process there?
So he's an idiot.
But the fact that he saw fit to ask this question in this situation when you are being picked up for DUI tells you about the level of entitlement that he's walking around with. Now, I don't know if he exhibits this level of entitlement in his regular life and if this is what he brought into ICE, but what I can tell you is clearly that wasn't a deal breaker. Now, was it? Apparently, he was welcome to walk around just like that. Desiroth was then informed by the other officer administering the sobriety test that it doesn't matter where the other officer was from or his heritage. Quote, yes, it does, Desiroth replied.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where he's from. Okay.
Oh, Black MAGA. Black MAGA. Yeah. This is the point where I would love for you to explain to me why that would matter in this situation. I would love for you to explain that to me because apparently, depending on the ethnicity of the arresting officer, he doesn't have to abide by his rules. He doesn't have to do what he says because of the ethnicity of the officer. That's how it sounds. But, I know how creative you guys are, so I would love to get a Black MAGA take on this. See, I just think he was trying to connect with him on a different level, right? Because if he would have said he was Haitian, he would have said, "Stop, I say, oh." That's what he would have said, just to make him feel more, "Stop, I, oh." That's what just so he felt more comfortable. That's all that was about. Because he was going to obey the law. He's a upstanding white man with an ICE badge. After failing the sobriety test, Desiroth was placed in handcuffs and informed he was being placed under arrest. He then pleaded with the officer to not take him to prison and asked what they were going to do with his 2 children. He repeatedly demanded to be allowed to see his children before being taken to the police station, but the officers did not grant his request. Quote, "Let me see my kids."
Stand up.
Stand up, come on.
Stand up. Put your feet in, man.
No.
Man,
Put
don't be
your
a
feet
kid.
in.
Come on.
Stop.
Where are my kids?
Stand up. Put your feet in.
What?
Put your feet in. Put your feet in. You don't want to make this worse already. Come on. Come on, man. Let's go.
You gotta sit in the car,
You're
man.
going to jail for DUI, which is a misdemeanor. If you don't cooperate, you go to jail for resisting. It only makes it worse.
Come on, put your feet in, buddy.
All right, your kids will be fine. This will pass.
Listen to me.
No, sir, not on the side of the road. Come on, let's go, man.
We gotta sit down, Scott.
God damn you guys.
Bruh. You want to make sure they learn the lesson? Is that like, you want to make sure that I just want y'all to know I was only going 45, just so you know for court. Just so you know for court. And can y'all make sure to, what I got in that back seat, go ahead and put that in the fridge when y'all get home. Save it, because I'm gonna finish that when I get out. Yeah. That's still reserved. That's expensive. Brother, I really do not want them to see you in the way you're in right now, the officer replied. You know, like a sensible conclusion that a father would come to.
Meanwhile,
Now, here's the part where we can all agree on how not surprising any of this is. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, which 1.2, we at 2.3. You can. Oh, he hit the negatives. I didn't even know I gave out any negatives. Yeah. How not surprising any of this is. And imagine the state of our country where you have a purported immigration official popped for swerving, cannot pass the field sobriety test with kids in the car, who wants to ask the arresting officer, is he Haitian? That's just regular. Because that's what happens when the standard to take said position is literally just racism. That is literally just that standard. The only thing lower than that standard is the standard to become a right-wing podcaster and influencer. It's just racism. That is really it. They done expanded the age requirements. They done talk about fathers and sons working together, throwing money at people, trying to absolve people of loans, which used to be something we couldn't afford. But all of a sudden with ICE, now we got bonuses and we can excuse school loans magically. Once again, MAGAs ain't about nothing. Thank you. We'll come right back around to this. But also when your promotional materials is rife with racist dog whistles and throwbacks to even more overt racism of the history of our country, this is what you're gonna get.
but wait, there's more.
And when these are the people that you have roaming around the country, it's no wonder the pushback is as strong as it's been.
These are units that are designed to address high-risk threats and bring overwhelming force to bear. And I think the big flaw here is I don't blame these agents. I blame the administration for putting agents who are trained in this manner in a city where they don't belong.
In Chicago, federal agents deployed tear gas on a crowd on Tuesday.
It's sad. This is sad. This is very sad.
Prompting a judge to express concern and ask agents to wear body cameras. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker.
I'm glad that the judge is stepping up, doing the right thing. I think we're going to see more cases brought against ICE and CBP.
So what are the rules of engagement for these federal agents?
Now, it's at this point, I would love to bring in Mike Johnson because he is nothing if not consistent. You can always count on him to say the outlandish thing, whether it would be the hate rally or blaming said hate rally for the government shutdown. When it comes to talking crazy, I don't think Trump has anything on Mike Johnson.
Oversight on federal law enforcement. Well, I've not seen them cross the line yet, and that we have committees of jurisdiction who have that responsibility, but it's not risen to that level. What I've seen is the abuse of law enforcement by radical leftist activists. Most recently, the most threatening thing I've seen yet was the naked bicyclers in Portland who were protesting ICE down there. I mean, it's getting really ugly.
You've not seen them cross the line yet. Oh, okay. So you mean like the line outside of a church that's supposed to be a safe space where they be waiting for people outside of mass? Or how about the line of shooting a reverend in the head with pepper balls while he was praying in front of an ICE facility? How about that line?
After they shot me in my head and my face and multiple times in my torso, arms, and legs, I was shielded by the bodies of others who were there, who rushed in to support me and took many more hits that were intended for me. Within 2 minutes, quite a number of ICE officers, maybe 15, maybe 20, rushed out of the gate and began to shove us down, and I was already disabled on the ground but attempted to get away. And they continued to shove us in a kettling maneuver towards a place where we would not be able to escape. And you can see in that video ICE officers shoving protesters who were standing and speaking and chanting and singing peacefully and praying peacefully, shoving us down and then dispensing a huge amount of chemical weapons onto us. We could hear them laughing as they were shooting us from the roof, and it was deeply disturbing. We've gotten to witness a few things about these ICE agents operating in Broadview, and really what it has shown us is how disorganized they are and how poorly supervised and trained they are. We've also heard ICE agents talking to each other, one of whom said, man, I don't even remember why I'm here anymore. And the other said, I don't know either. So there's a deep demoralization that we are seeing as we're bringing this peaceful and spiritual protest against their tactics and what they are doing to our city and our communities and our neighbors.
Or how about the line of laughing as they shot peaceful protesters with chemicals from the rooftop? Quote, I think some thought it was a video game. Well, that was a possibility, but I can't imagine a video game that would allow you to spray protesters directly in the face.
Who is talking to you? Bring it in. No. Hey, this is the line that they created. Oh, shit.
How about the line of chasing U.S. citizens into the store after you crashed?
A federal operation led to a crash here, then a pursuit before spilling over into a nearby Walgreens store. That's where 19-year-old Warren King says he was shopping with family and friends before the Southside native was tackled and arrested.
He's a citizen! He's a citizen!
A takedown by immigration officers recorded outside a Walgreens store as loved ones pleaded for his release.
You don't know what's going on, so get the back!
It happened after federal agents were seen swarming the store, appearing to be in search of someone.
When he called for backup, other people come in, and that's when I start to leave.
But Warren King says he didn't get far from the exit before being tackled to the ground by a federal agent and placed under arrest. The 19-year-old is now left with scars, both physical and mental.
Apparently terrorizing the public is not a concern for these people. You can't even get a Subway sandwich in peace. How about the line of deploying tear gas to disperse a crowd that collected, once again, after you crashed?
Tension erupted on Chicago's east side after an ICE patrol reportedly crashed during a chase, sparking outrage among residents who confronted federal agents. Videos show people chanting "ICE, go home" as officers deployed tear gas to disperse the crowd near 105th Street and Avenue N. Witnesses say the crash followed a chase involving a man pursued by federal agents, part of what locals call a growing presence of ICE in their neighborhood. Illinois State Senator Robert Peters called the agency's actions unacceptable, posting on X, "All eyes on the east side right now. ICE can't just bring chaos into our communities."
Apparently they didn't care at all what tear gas might do to civilians. I can tell you this, they wouldn't be that cavalier with fellow law enforcement.
Come on, man.
Tomorrow it's you!
Come on, man. Y'all, you know that was fucked up. Y'all know that was fucked up. Y'all know that was fucked up.
Garcia! Trail! Wake up! Wake up!
You're gonna wake up! We're gonna go this way and then we'll see.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Y'all don't get, none of us get paid enough for this.
Hey, it's time to get up.
Job
Get up
and
now.
arrest ICE.
Wake up!
They shot a Chicagoan
Wake
today.
up.
Arrest ICE.
Wake up! Wake up!
Wow. Not even Chicago PD is safe. That is interesting. I wonder if there's some kind of beef there. Quote, ICE is filing fake 911 calls in Chicago, weaponizing emergency services to antagonize local police. That's a felony if you did it, but under Trump's ICE is just another tactic, abusing the system, manufacturing chaos. They're not enforcing the law, they're breaking it.
You are watching as Broadview police respond to a 911 call, claiming someone was tampering with a gate at the ICE detention facility there. Body camera footage obtained by the CBS News Chicago investigators shows several Broadview police officers respond to an alleged Homeland Security threat. The gate in question is where ICE takes detained immigrants for processing.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
How are you?
Good. We got a call of subjects trying to climb over the fence or something.
No, not since we've been here.
But when police arrive, all they find is two people and a camera. Our CBS photographer filming the exterior of the building with a CBS security guard by his side.
Okay, and you guys didn't tamper with any of the...
No, man. The 911 call claiming someone was tampering with the gate came from an ICE agent. According to this incident report, an ICE agent called police for help.
But he can't go and try to force his way into that door.
Okay, so the guy in the
He
blue?
just says no, the guy just recording the camera.
Do you believe that was a false call?
I do. Again, it was just our CBS photographer filming the exterior of the building.
In your mind, bogus?
Yes. It's disturbing. It's ridiculous.
Broadview Police Chief Thomas Mills says this is just one of several questionable 911 calls his police department has received from ICE at this facility recently.
Man, that's wild they beefing like that. That's crazy. Next thing you're going to tell me is ICE going to be pulling in police officers.
Well, we just learned that the village of Hanover Park was set to swear in this officer tonight as an official officer of Hanover Park. That is until he was taken into custody here in Hanover Park this morning by ICE agents. The Department of Homeland Security telling us that this man overstayed his tourist visa, which allegedly expired in 2015. The Department of Homeland Security says it encountered Radul Bojovic in a targeted enforcement action, part of Operation Midway Blitz, before taking him into custody this morning. The Hanover Park police officer can be seen in this Facebook post from the department, provided by DHS today, as they confirmed his arrest for allegedly living here illegally over the last 10 years. Federal officials also say that Hanover Park police records confirm he was approved by the Pension Fund Board of Trustees in January 2025. DHS released a statement on the arrest this afternoon, saying in part, Governor J.B. Pritzker doesn't just allow violent illegal aliens to terrorize Illinois' communities. He allows illegal aliens to work as sworn police officers. Radul Bojovic violated our nation's laws and was living illegally in the U.S. for 10 years. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem also commenting on social media today, saying ICE arrested an illegal alien working as a sworn police officer in the Chicago suburbs. Radical sanctuary politicians have allowed criminal illegal aliens to infiltrate our school districts, communities, and even police departments. Now, we just received a statement from Hanover Park Police minutes ago disputing some of those claims. They say at the time of his hire, Officer Bojovic presented the village with a work authorization card, which was issued by the federal government's U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. The card was valid and recently renewed. We also conducted a full background check, including his criminal history, with both the Illinois State Police and the FBI. The department goes on to say the bottom line is that all information we received from the federal government indicated that Officer Bojovic Bojevich is legally authorized to work in the U.S. as a police officer. Clearly, without that authorization, the village would not have hired him. Now, the department also goes on to tell us that a memorandum recently issued by ATF allowed Officer Bojevich to legally carry a firearm under his current immigration status. They say as this investigation plays out right now, the officer has been placed on administrative leave.
They got a whole police officer? Wow. So apparently only veterans are safe.
Redis, he is a disabled U.S. veteran. He is a U.S. citizen, and they are desperately looking for him. They haven't heard anything about his whereabouts from yesterday. They do say that he was taken in the raid. We want to show you a picture of 25-year-old George Redis, a U.S. Army veteran who his family again says is disabled. They saw via Air 7 yesterday that he was trying to leave the scene in his white vehicle. Take a listen to what his sister and then his wife told us.
Broke his window, they pepper sprayed him, they grabbed him, threw him on the floor, they detained him. His wife's been trying to call and ask where he is. They don't know where he is. We don't know what to do. We're just asking to let my brother go. He's a U.S. citizen. He didn't do anything wrong. He's a veteran disabled citizen. It says it on his car.
So we got a police officer and we have a disabled veteran. Now, if they was going to go for 3, it would be good to have a woman. How about a pregnant U.S. citizen, 9 months pregnant U.S. citizen? How about that?
Sir.
Ma'am, put cuffs on her. Put cuffs on her.
That's the moment Border Patrol agents handcuffed a 9-month pregnant Carrie Lopez Alvarado on June 8th. 2 weeks later, the 23-year-old U.S. citizen is still emotional, admitting she was standing up to them as they were trying to get to her boyfriend who was inside a truck. But she says she used words and nothing else.
You're not breaking the window.
You're not gonna touch me. Don't touch me. Move away.
I'm not touching
You're not touching me.
You're
Don't touch me. Move away.
Knowing that you put someone that was pregnant in all that, it just shows that they have no type of empathy or anything for anybody at the moment.
Agents claimed she was interfering as they were trying to apprehend her boyfriend, who is undocumented. They eventually detained her boyfriend, and her cousin. Lopez says she was held for nearly 8 hours at a facility in San Pedro, handcuffed, and eventually also chained from her hands to her legs.
It was really close to my stomach, so I would have my hands out the most I can so that I don't put too much pressure. I was just crying the whole time, but I knew I had to calm down because I had my baby inside.
Lopez says her boyfriend, 19-year-old Brian Najera Barrera, was late to an immigration appointment last year after their car broke down, and so he was slated for deportation back to Guatemala.
He's not a criminal. He didn't do anything wrong. He was just trying to provide for both of us.
Agents released Lopez after she complained of stomach pain. She went right to the hospital where she says doctors told her she'd started having early contractions. When the baby was born 4 days later, Lopez cried as she told her boyfriend, who was sent to an El Paso detention center.
I told him, but she's here. And I hope that everything turns out so you could be here with us.
She has not been charged, but now has an attorney who says the video speaks for itself. Lopez says she's able to talk to her boyfriend for about 5 minutes a day. She is desperately trying to get an immigration attorney to stop his deportation.
With that kind of track record, you can certainly understand how not surprised any of us are by this particular story, because apparently good sense, logic, decency, empathy, none of these things seem to penetrate the ice shield. How about comedy?
Get him! Watch out! Watch out!
Now, I would love to put that to Benny Hill, but you know how YouTube be, so you can only just imagine. The only thing that would have made that better is if he would have flashed him first. and also if they fell down while chasing him.
Go, go, go.
Oh, we got another weakness. Not only is it comedy, but also apparently nudity. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, apparently that's another one. Hey, send in the riders.
Planned emergency naked bike ride as hundreds of riders made their trek across the city to outside the ICE building to gain attention, sending a message they don't want the president to deploy the National Guard in Portland. Our Ariel Salk is live right now outside the ICE building. Ariel, I have to ask, how did that naked bike ride show go over there with the federal agents?
It was a really incredible sight to see. I mean, we saw hundreds upon hundreds of people, roughly 700, really packed the streets all around this area. People cheering, dancing. At one point, they kind of got off their bikes and really showed support for the other protesters in this area. So really something to see. Right now, we've got a few dozen protesters still remaining out here, a lot in inflatable outfits. We see the ICE agents on the roof as well. We're just monitoring the scene at this moment. Lisa? Protesters flowing to the ICE building throughout the day. Hundreds gathering. Some came together in groups like this, quickly assembled band, complete with bananas bringing up the backside. Then hundreds of bicycle riders, braving the 50-degree weather, wearing nothing or just a little something, part of what they called a pre-planned emergency bike ride, showing that Portland was definitely not a war zone.
The naked bike ride's always about showing the vulnerability of like the cyclist, and really we're kind of like, this time there's more about showing the vulnerability of our citizens. And you know, it's a peaceful protest, but none of us expected to be treated like we're here just exercising our First Amendment.
We should have no reason for President Trump to be able to call in the National Guard to our city that is not at war with itself or anything else. Like, stop playing videos of 2020.
Later, federal agents detained several protesters that were there today, but that did not stop the festive protesters.
And shout out to the good people of Portland for knowing exactly how this content was going to go out and knowing how to win the messaging battle. That is expert trolling.
Inflatable costumes for anybody to come and have for free and take home with them while testing them over and over again if they want to. We were watching clips of the frog and it's like, we should just do this. We should just buy a bunch of them. And so everybody started chipping in and it blew up really big, really fast.
You know what's really crazy? When the dust has settled, because just in the course of this video, there's probably double-digit lawsuits that have been filed against ICE. I bet at least one of them going to be filed by an inflatable.
Ready for primetime players. Woo! Demolition.
Leave him alone. What do you do? He's talking? What? He's just...
This is comedian Robbie Roadsteamer, who was protesting at the Portland, Oregon ICE facility. ICE didn't like it, so they fired pepper balls at him and then they detained him, as you can see in the video behind me right here. Imagine being a heavily armed adult surrounded by other heavily armed adult friends, threatened by a comedian in an animal costume.
Man, I ain't been this happy to see a giraffe since Toys R Us. Yeah. Like the store you can't take your kids to because you picked up a DUI with them in the car and then got racist with the arresting officer. See how we just came full circle? Yeah, you see that. Also because they closed down. That's the other reason you can't take them to Toys R Us.
Man, this some old bullshit.
But at the end of the day, as outlandish and unbelievable as all of the lines that were crossed during the course of this video have been, not one of them has been seen as a reason or justification to change their tactic and approach to the public. And this won't be either. And that's why I'm troubled. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. And as you can see, we made it 600,000 subscribers. So you know what that means. We gonna party. So be on the lookout for notifications of a members live.
A house party. House party? The mother of house parties, man. A pajama jammy jam.
And of course, I gotta extend huge gratitude to all the people whose hard work have made 600,000 possible. Like my man David, whose work on the thumbnails is unmatched. Of course, our editors, Denzel and Boz.
The most diabolical haters this side of the Mississippi. Buck Nancy, what can I say about that suit that hasn't already been said about Afghanistan?
And all of the fantastic mods going all the way to the very beginning with Mariana and Dank and Deshauna, Roberta, Larry, Wendell, Chernobyl, Midnight Oracle, Lovely, Nola, and of course, TJ, who just got added, Miss Ray, who runs the whole entire ship.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
And Regina, whose research has made all of these videos so much better than they ever could have been otherwise. And by the way, I think we have a new newsletter that you should check out as well. And I know she thinks I forgot her, but no, I never could. My girl, Kristen, who sent me this photo with her dope mug, and it looks fantastic. Thank you so much for all your hard work as a mod. Thank you for the pick, and thank you for being 10 toes down with the channel. And while we're on the topic of merch, some of you guys might have heard of a new website. That is the People's Getup. That is the peoplesgetup.com. That is the site whose content you'll be seeing soon right here on the YouTube channel. You know, things get a little complicated when you try and cross streams. So we couldn't connect it from the rciswaters.com. We had to develop a whole nother website. Don't even get me started. I'll probably have a members video just ranting all about that whole process.
I hate you. I hate you. I don't even know you. And I hate your guts. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you.
Thanks to my wife for that one. But check out the peoplesgetup.com for all the merch you'll be seeing soon right here on the channel. You can pick it up right there. And by the way, there's lots of new stuff there and more to come for the holidays.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Is that a Who Raised Y'all shirt? Yes, it came recommended. What's that? Oh, the sixes? No, because I got 4 6s. I got 4 6s. So if you have 4, it nullifies it. 3 is a problem. If you have 4, then you good. Where I saw that? 2 Corinthians in the Trump Bibles. 2 Corinthians. That's what. So yeah. So I'm good.